Big web app update, restricted brands, multi-pack data, lots to discuss. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, big update was just released for October and we've got over 20 updates to the web app to improve the experience and fix bugs. I'm going to go through some of the major updates and some of the new features we added, starting with restricted brand alerts. This is something that is annoying to all Amazon sellers. Certain brands may file IP claims or have restrictions on their brand for resellers, and there's really no way to know easily which brands are going to take issue with you reselling their products without some sort of brand restriction alert. And we finally implemented that into the app. If you go to the brand column on any spreadsheet, and if you don't have this brand column in your spreadsheet, you can easily add it by simply selecting brand right here from the column chooser. But we have it added right here. You can move it around wherever you want it. But if you notice, we now have a little icon next to each brand. You can click on that icon to report a brand restriction or IP claim. When you click that icon, you'll get taken to a Google form just like this. You could fill it out and let us know of the type of complaint and some details about it. And we will then add it to the app, and everyone processing a spreadsheet after you or your future spreadsheets will then reflect that that brand has a restriction or that brand tends to file IP claims. So you'll notice some of these brands have a orange icon. And if you hover over the orange icon, when you see that, you'll see some additional information about that brand. So we can see right here that Wilton, we have some restrictions, but there has been no legal reported. This is one of those tread lightly, tread carefully moments. You want to make sure that you're really authorized with Wilton before you list their products. You'll notice Pioneer has legal action or policy warning letters that have been sent out to certain people. Again, same thing, Melissa and Doug, there's been issues of restrictions and there's some risk there. So I think you kind of get the idea here is when you see this orange icon, you want to really proceed with caution and make sure that you are authorized by that brand to list products for them as a third party on Amazon. And if you are not sure, then it's better to steer clear to avoid those IP alerts and IP filings that they may enforce on you with Amazon. Amazon doesn't play around with this stuff anymore, so this is critical data, and we decided to add it to the app so that you can see it right in the grid, and you can make better decisions as a result. The next major update I want to cover has to do with dealing with multi-packs. And if you're not familiar with the nuances of Amazon multi-packs and the challenge with package quantity as associated with multi-packs, we have a great video that explains this in detail on our knowledge base. You can just search dealing with multi-packs, and I strongly advise you to watch that video. But the Cliff's Notes is that if you have a multi-pack listing, like this highlighted one right here, see it says 4-pack. So there's 4 of these products that are packaged together on one listing. You need to assume that you're purchasing 4 of those products instead of 1 in order to have accurate profit and ROI calculations. And the only way to do that, the only way the app knows that it's a multi-pack is if package quantity right here is equal to 4. Now, if you notice, this one says 1, and this is very, very common on Amazon. Amazon has terrible data for package quantity. So the only way to really deal with this is to crowdsource correct data. And we've provided now a feature to allow you to do that. So in the past, you could always correct your package quantity by simply changing this to 4, right? And if you did that, then it would recalculate the profit and ROI and you would be okay. But the next time someone scans the spreadsheet, it would still show you 1 because this is coming from Amazon. And the next time you scan that same product, it would go back to 1. So how do we correct this data in a real way? And crowdsourcing is the answer, and we've provided a way to do that. So now, if you click this icon right here next to any package quantity, you can now report that package quantity is incorrect. So in this case, the correct package quantity is incorrect. It's not 1, it's 4. So I'm going to enter 4 there, and I'm going to submit. Now, I've already changed it in my grid to 4. So if I go back and start at the beginning, I could submit 4. And you'll see, thank you, we'll review and update our records. So now that automatically changes your package quantity to 4, and it lets us know that 4 is the correct number. We'll review it, we'll update it, and next time anyone runs this product or you run this product, we'll report the correct package quantity. The next improvement has to do with changes in values for package quantity, sell price, purchase price, and VAT. So you may know that you can change the values for fields like sell price. Like for example, on this one, well, let's take this one, that's 91% ROI. Let's say that the sell price on this, if we look at, let's say we look at the history and we say, well, the price really goes up and down a lot. And I'm not going to assume that I could sell it at $22. Let's say I want to see what the profit looks like if I sell it at $16, right? A more realistic sell price. So, I could change that in here, and that 91% automatically changes to 18, and we update the profit. So that's a functionality that's there. You can do that with sell price. You could do it with purchase price. Over here, you could do it with VAT. You can do it with package quantity. And so these are all editable cells, but the problem is that once you change them in the past and you refresh the spreadsheet, all of your changes went away. They weren't saved. They were just showing you the math. We've now updated the app to where changes to these cells are now saved in the spreadsheet. So you can work on your spreadsheet in the grid, make the changes, leave, and come back, and your changes will be saved automatically. So that way you could work within the grid without exporting to a clunky Excel spreadsheet, make these updates, and keep those updates in your spreadsheet. Now, if you process the spreadsheet again, or you refresh the fields by using the refresh feature, those changes will revert back. But in the spreadsheet that you're working on, those changes will always stick unless you refresh the spreadsheet. A few more key features that we added that I want to go over is now when you export a spreadsheet in an Excel file, I'm going to do this now. We now keep the hyperlinks in the spreadsheet. So previously you would get an export and the links, the Amazon link, like right here, that would not be a hyperlink. It would just be text. So it was a little bit annoying. And similarly with the Keepa and Camel links, those were not hyperlinks. So now we're providing hyperlinks. So you can click on this and get to an Amazon page. That way it's a little bit of a quality of life update that helps you if you are working from Excel. The next update that I want to show you is that we have a new marketplace selector on process spreadsheet screen. So in this case, we could select whatever marketplace we want to scan for this spreadsheet from this screen. It used to be that you had to click over and change the default marketplace and then go back and then do your load your spreadsheet. But now we've added this drop down on the process spreadsheet screen to make it easier for you. Now, just so you know, the default marketplace is always going to be what this defaults to. And you can change it for any spreadsheet, and the next time you load the screen, it'll go back to whatever your default marketplace is. We've also updated and improved our drag and drop functionality. It used to be a little bit hard to drop files in here, but now if you try this, you can actually drop files in here, and it's very easy and convenient. You can just drop them right in there and they will load. You don't have to load them through a file explorer anymore. So simply drag and drop stuff in there, and hopefully that saves you a few extra clicks. And as you can see, we've loaded some files, which brings me to another improvement, which is our error log. If you notice on some spreadsheets, you'll get this warning. And if you click the error log, our formatting for the error log is now much easier to read. It'll actually specify the specific row in the spreadsheet and the cell in the spreadsheet, the value and the specific error that cell has. So in this case, we have 3 values that are not a valid UPC or EAN since they don't have enough digits. And the error log will tell you that. You could still process your spreadsheet. It won't stop you from doing that, but this is just giving you a warning that you have some entries in your spreadsheet that will not produce results because they're not the correct values. And the last update that I'll show you is we now have additional features in the right-click menu on the dashboard in the recent lists. So we used to have copy and rename. Now we've added refresh list, export Excel, and export AMZ files. So you can do these things right from the dashboard instead of having to click into the list and go through the menu in there. It's just another quality of life improvement that we've added to the app. I hope you guys like all of the improvements. Please let us know if you have any feedback. We'd love to hear from you. A lot of these improvements are based on commentary from our users, so please keep it coming. Also, please like, share, and follow us on our social media channels, YouTube, Twitter, and our Facebook group. It really helps us a lot.